Hello, my name is Jordan Call, and this is my presentation on gifts to students or staff. This is something really important to remember. School funds are not yours to loan, borrow, or give away. This also includes using school funds when you're purchasing gifts. Gifts to students. Gifts or prizes for students paid for by the school activity funds are appropriate only, one, as incentives for fundraising events. So these are given only to students who participated in the fundraising event. Prize needs to be age appropriate. The prize must also not affect the overall profitability of the event. These gifts are also purchased with funds raised by the particular school group that will receive the gifts. Gifts that are not related to the fundraising event should not favor one group of students over another. Number two, as awards for special achievement. These are awards for things like academic award assemblies and athletic banquets. During these events, individual students and teams are recognized, and gifts and awards should be of minimal value and age appropriate. You may pay for these awards out of the general fund using donations or the athletic fund if it's for athletic purposes. Gifts to staff members. These are guided by written procedures and coordinated by a committee, not just one single individual. So this group should meet once a year to review these guidelines and the contribution amount to the Staff Remembrance Fund. Types of staff member gifts. So there's special occasion gifts, and these are for specific staff members. They are paid for by the Staff Remembrance Fund, and an example of this would be a wedding gift. Special occasion gifts are gifts for life events such as weddings, new babies, or even a death in the family. And the Staff Remembrance Fund committee should discuss dollar limits for these gifts, and then the Staff Remembrance Fund should rotate membership every single year. The money in the Staff Remembrance Fund comes from annual dues and staff donations, and it's raised specifically by the staff. Money for staff gifts never come from student funds, never. Another type of staff member gift is a fundraising incentive gift, and these are for participating staff members who meet the criteria of the fundraising event. It's paid for with the profits from the school fundraising event, and an example would be like a gift certificate to a restaurant. These gift expenses should be subtracted from the general profit, so be sure to keep that cost reasonable and no more than 5% of the overall profit. Another gift for staff members would be an all-staffed gift. And these are for all staff members, and they're paid for with staff vending profits, staff fundraising efforts, or donated by PTA funds. And there's token gifts, and there's also cash or cash equivalent items. These are gifts that are typically given at like the opening of a school year or during Teacher Appreciation Week. These also need to be low in cost and typically paid for by staff-generated funds. If it's a cash or cash equivalent item, like a check or a gift certificate, it shouldn't be given to staff members unless the amount is added to the employee's W-2 form for income tax purposes, because this is considered an extra earning. Special efforts for specific students or staff members. Sometimes schools undertake special collections or fundraising projects to benefit a staff member or maybe a student who's coping with an illness or a catastrophic event. So it's a good idea to ask the parent associations such as PTA to coordinate any benefit event or campaign and have a local bank handle the collected funds. It's always best when doing this to seek advice from the district accounting department before approving an event for this purpose. And it's also important to remember that any cash or cash equivalent is considered part of the employee's taxable wages, and it needs to be reported to the payroll office. It's unwise to have these funds accounted for in your bookkeeping records by your bookkeeping staff. All right, in summary, gift giving is obviously a natural part of human interaction, something that people like to do, and it's something that's kind towards others. Just be sure to use the guidelines and suggestions that were outlined in this presentation to prevent an act of kindness from turning into a nightmare. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation on gift giving to students and staff. I hope you can take the things that you learn and apply them in the near future. On this slide, I have noted my sources, which was the School Money Matters Handbook, and I've also listed the standards.